the accountability of just showing up that one time a week kind of trickled out into different places in my life. You know, getting up, small things, getting up every day and making the bed, you know, getting the kids to school, just so many different aspects of my life. It was starting at that one small space, you know, just showing up once a week.
It's like everybody I saw was like, oh, I get sober and life's magically great. You know, I get the husband, the house, the car, the kids, you know, and it's like, I got sober and it's like everything was falling apart. And I was like, what's wrong? Am I not getting sober the right way? Like, am I not doing something right? So I want to be like transparent in mind and be like, yes, some days it's hard. Some days it really sucks, but there's some days that are great and it makes it all worth it.
My life was honestly at the lowest point it had ever been. I just lost my 2 older children to the state because of some domestic violence issues and drug use. And I was in a very dark place.
It's just hard, you know, opening up to new people. And when you get used to the certain people that you're used to being in recovery with, you know, it's hard to see them leave or it's hard to see them get in trouble.
You get used, you know, to the group members and you like to hear their stories or how they've overcome, you know, whatever trial and tribulation they were going through. And, you know, it's just kind of like you can cheer them on. Some of us have each other's numbers outside of here, so we even talk outside of groups. So it's like a cool little family kind of.
It's easy to be sort of intimidated, but even if they show up and don't participate a whole lot, the first couple of times they'll sort of see how the other members interact with each other and they'll start to get it.
That's also one of my favorite things about being an office manager at groups is giving back. And I'm in recovery too, so I always like to work in recovery and be in recovery.
No matter how many times you slip up, how many times you relapse, how many times you go back to that, just try again. Every time you get it right for a day is a day you're not doing it wrong.
I had a very honest conversation with my counselor. I had said to her, this is not who I am, this is not who I am. And she said, but it kind of is right now. You know, who is the person that you want to be? And I told her and she said, okay, then let's do it.
Because I feel like you have to put as much into your recovery as you did into getting high. It's not just, I quit drugs and everything's fine. You have to put in work.
Even if they put one foot in front of the other, because I've been there, just one foot in front of the other sometimes, even if it's small steps, I think that makes the biggest difference in my life. It has.
Isn't the best the best client for anybody. When I first started groups, I was in a very dark place. You know, I was still very new to recovery. I wasn't necessarily passing my urine screens. I definitely wasn't showing up to groups. My counselor at the time, she would give me these like gentle nudges. Pretty soon, 1 week turned into 2 and 2 to 3. And then I wanted to be there. It wasn't anything that I was forced to do. It was something that I looked forward to doing.
I think that's kind of what's helped me be successful in my recovery is showing up for myself, putting in the work. Sometimes they're like, what's your goal every week? It's hard to come up with a goal every week. But then, like, say if there's a week where I didn't have to, I would miss it. You know, like, what is my goal for this week? Because it makes you think outside the box. Most people, especially in recovery, don't wake up every Monday and think, what's my goal for the week? You know, usually it's, if you're in active use, it's how can I, get my stuff? What am I doing? Where am I getting the money? There's not positive mindset. So just even something as simple asking us our goal every week, it used to really get on my nerves, but now I actually appreciate it.
Sometimes people will show up and they'll be like, I really need this group today. I got some stuff to get off my chest and I don't have anybody else to tell. And we give them that opportunity, and others are supportive or say, I've been through that too, I know what you mean. And that's where the magic happens.
I mean, the people that's in our group, I consider it to be like a community. I like seeing, if I've had a hard day and, things just hasn't went right at all. I mean, I know I can get on my group's thing and it just kind of, I don't know, it's like a breath of fresh air.
When you're using every minute of your life is about, your next fix. There's just so much to fill life with now that, I'm on the other side of recovery.
There's hope out there, and this is it. I mean, it saved my life,
My family trusts me, and that was a hard one. And at first they didn't give it right back, but after they saw, the changes I was making in my day-to-day life, and I was going above and beyond, now they trust me with everything again.